I know that y'all feel me now. I know that y'all feel me now.
Alright, so I got the wires ran as I showed you. Now I got them zip tied up to the bottom of the subframe. Plugged in right here. I already showed you that I got the license plate light working. This is a radio antenna. Bought a new antenna. Other side, got them zip tied up to the bottom of the frame. And here's where the license plate light goes into this hole. Got plenty of slack right here. So just a minute ago, when I turned the bike on, the lights came on. I noticed the lights were super bright. So what I believe the problem is there was a tab in here. When I took this off, and when you push the tab in, it cuts the brakes off. When you hit the brakes, the tab pulls out, so the brake lights come on. So I think I messed up the tab, so I'm gonna do some research to see how do I fix that. I hope I don't have to buy a whole nother assembly. I hope it's just an easy fix. Because it's in this. So I should have put a piece of paper in there. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I should have put a piece of paper right here to come off the tab when I was taking this off and putting this back on, but I didn't. So I guess it broke. So I don't know. I'm gonna do some research to see what I can do to fix it. I mean, if I gotta buy I was about to say, if I have to buy another one, it's gonna be the worst thing in the world. But yeah, it might be, because I ain't trying to run these wires back through this bar. Because this is it. Yeah, I ain't trying to do that. So yeah, let me do some research to see how I fix that. Get all these tools from out of here. Try to pick up everything every night. Try to. Don't always happen. But man, my tool chest is already pretty much junky, but all my screwdrivers go up top. And let's see, I think I'm missing one. It's probably in here. I'll look for it a little later. Torque bench. Yeah, you don't want to see me clean up my tool chest. Oh, there it goes. There goes that right there. This is a nice way when I have to get this, there's a bolt under the back right here. When you put a piece of tape and put that nut in there, it can hold the nut for you. So that's a cool idea I came up with for that. Let me throw this away. I gotta organize all this. Like I got stuff kind of hung up out the way, stuff that I know I need or whatever. Got a bunch of tape I just went and got from the store. But yeah, I gotta do some research, figure out how to fix that little light problem. I pray that it's an easy fix, because I ain't trying to run the wires again. I might do a whole episode of me crying. If I got to rerun those wires. Alright, so I figured out the light problem, and how I did so was I was pulling on the handle and I could hear the relay pop. The relay in here. So that let me know the switch was working. I even unplugged the rear switch, which is right here. You unplug those two things, and that unplugs the rear brake switch. So I knew that couldn't be the problem, was keeping it on. So then I accidentally, when I was troubleshooting it, I turned it on auxiliary, or accessories, I'm sorry. I turned it to accessories. And when I did so, when I pulled it, it was working. But if I turn it back to ignition, it wasn't working. So I thought, now that's weird. Now this is after I had readjusted all this up here. Because again, I thought the little plastic nipple, that there's a plastic nipple that's on the switch that's in here. And it fell out when I initially took this off. I didn't know that's what it was, but that's what it was. And I thought that's what was keeping my light from switching, from cutting on. But if I press my finger in there, I could hear it swap. But anyway, so I was like, well, this is weird. The light's coming on super bright when it's on run mode, and when it's in accessories mode, if I pull the handle, it will work. So that let me know the wires were swapped. So I said, okay, that's weird. I know I still got my old original lights in here that I broke. So I went ahead and plugged these up. Bam. Put it on regular run mode, pulled the brakes, and the lights worked perfectly fine. They came on dim, and then when I pulled the handle, they worked. So that let me know these are not wired up. As you see, there's only four. There's four little wires going in here. So there's a ground, there's an always on, there's a brake light on, and then there's a signal for your turning signals. So ground, always on, dim, brake light, and signal. My signals was working. Y'all saw that yesterday. So I said, okay, the always on and the brake light wires are swapped out from this one. These are why the panel is made different. So I went in here. As you can see, this is still cut, and I gotta tape it back up. And I pulled the little rubber grommet out. And I can show you. So the same way I did my bar wires, basically. So you gotta pull this rubber grommet out. This slides out using a little hook tool. I already picked it up. But anyway. And then you gotta pull this off. You can just pull this off with your fingers. Just pull the orange piece out. Then you stick a paper clip or a pin in there and jiggle it around. You'll see the little clip that's holding these pins in. It's much easier than the handlebar ones. So the blue and the red were swapped. So I just took the blue out, all the way out, even out I wish I had two hands. You know, that's why I peeled this back some more so I can pull this rubber piece all the way back here. So I took the blue wire out, put the red wire in the blue, put the blue wire in the red hole, put it back in, locked it back down with this, pushed it back, and I gotta remember to tape that down. And voila, when you turn the light, turn the bike on, it comes on dimly. And when you pull the brake lights come on. My signals work. My rear brake works. So that was a fix. So what's crazy is, okay, so that's the broke one. The other broke one's over there. What should have been the red flag was, remember, I don't know if I filmed it. I didn't film it, but I had to swap the lights out. And I think I told y'all that. These are the other new lights right here. But these lights wouldn't come on. They would just flash. So these lights aren't wired up like these lights, and they ain't wired up like those. Like all three lights, sets of lights, the little pins in the back are in a different order. So if you ever buy these CVO lights and they're not working, swap out the 4 wires. It's my suggestion. So what else did I do today? I got to put my gas tank stuff back. I took my gas tank, not all the way off, I just loosened it so I could take some pressure off of this wire. This is the wire that goes for my air rod. So I zip tied right here and zip tied right here. So when I turn my bar, it sounds like it's pulling, but it's not. No wire pull, all is good. So now I'm waiting on the metal piece that goes to the, behind the fender and screws on to the back support bar. And I can button it back up. That's the only thing I'm really waiting on. And I know I probably could ride it without it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. My speaker adapters came in. I got them hanging up there so that I could go from these little, I think they're 5 1/4, 5, 4, I don't know, to these 6 1/2 audio on. If I'm not mistaken, they max out at 500 watts. Max, I think they're like 300 watts RMS. And I'm gonna get some of those super tweeters. I'm gonna spray these with some waterproof sealant. I think it's Thompson waterproof sealant. I got a spray can. So this material is great. I'm glad that, you know, it didn't have a tweeter coming out the middle where the water could seep down here. If I spray all this with the Thompson's water seal, that should make the speaker waterproof. So I got my 6 1/2. I'm gonna get me some spray paint, and I'm gonna see if I can take this tweeter off and measure it and get a replacement tweeter. I got some little dome tweeters around here somewhere, and they're brand new in a pack. I just gotta find them. When I say dome tweeters, I mean like, hold on, let me turn this off. I don't know if you can see, like these little dome tweeters. Yeah, I got music on my booster. I love music. I'm a DJ. What can I tell you? So yeah, let me button this tank stuff back up, and then all I'm waiting on is the rear metal piece, which is in California. Well, I don't know where it is. The last time I saw it on the tracking, it left the California distribution, and it's heading this way. So I ain't no telling where it's at right now. But yep, slowly but surely, patience. Patience, patience, patience. Patience is the name of this game. Keep going, one step at a time. And have patience. You can do anything with patience and persistence. That's all it takes, patience and persistence. All right, y'all, till next time, deuces.